Uh, yo.
Oh. Hey.
Hey. It's you.
Hey, it's you.
It's us.
Oh, is this like 2019?
Is it?
2018?
It's like 5-6 years ago. Wait, do you remember when the last Double Trouble was? Do you remember that?
Oh God.
Was it 2018 or was it 2019?
Let me look. I bet I can figure it out.
We put it on the YouTube, right?
Uh,
It's been so long since I even like looked at that YouTube page. We could be getting views and we don't even know it. We could be an internet
Well-
sensation.
we talked about Double Trouble coming back in 2020.
In 2020, that's true, we did.
Yeah.
It was just not the right time, I think.
No, yeah, it wasn't. Oh wow, it's in our messages. All the stuff. I guess it was around 2020.
2020-ish was when we like cut out.
Yeah, because there's that gif of spit literally running out my mouth. I hate that gif. Wow.
That was the one that I didn't run. There was other ones that I did run. I didn't run that
Wow.
one. That one's like blackmail gif.
Uh,
So far back. 2020 was we're gonna play COD.
yeah.
2020 we said we're gonna get back to going. Hang on, let's see. Before that,
2018.
there's the Double Trouble web page. Wait, no, that was just a clip. That's just a Twitch clip. Hang on.
I would say 2018. 'Cause we,
I think 2018 is right. One of the last episodes was.
Yeah, because 2018, that was whenever I went from third shift to a normal schedule, and that's what kind of
Goodness gracious.
yeah, I had a lot of stuff going on. So I would say 2018. So what's that?
Yeah, I mean, like
6 years?
just looking back, like we definitely did have a chance to like talk about bringing it back in, but
Yeah.
it was 2019. We were talking about bringing it back in 2019.
In 2020 we talked about it like pretty good because I mean we sent the everything back and forth.
Yeah, 2019. We're talking about it. I sent you a message the end of 2018
Hey,
saying,
there's that star picture
yeah,
that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Wow. Man. Did
Gosh.
you make a tweet? Or is it called a tweet nowadays or is it called an X?
it's
Or
called
did you make a Y?
it's called a tweet because I'm not gonna start calling it something else.
Did you make a Y?
I made a zeet.
Oh, you made a Z.
Is that what it's
Okay.
called? It's called a zeet now. Yeah, so 2018, it looks like that was probably our last like full episode. You messaged me on 7/4, which is the 4th of July, right? And then after
Of
that,
2018?
yeah, July 4th, 2018, you said, "Hey BB, we need you after Dub Trub for D1 raids."
Oh yeah.
And then
I remember D1 raids.
oh
Wow.
god. That's I think was probably.
Do you remember Destiny?
I think there's a game lodged in my brain somewhere. that sounds like Destiny, but I think it was more like
Wow.
No Lifestiny. Do you?
I don't know. I can honestly say I don't think I've touched that game. And like, I don't know. I sent you, what, last time I think I played, I think I sent you a video of an issue I was having with it freezing up.
Oh yeah.
I think that's in our thing too. Let's see here. Wham,
That's probably in our
bam,
history,
chicken and
yeah.
ham. Right there. 6/25/20. And you know what I figured out the freezing was?
What?
I had like the steering wheel thing set up, and it was that being plugged in.
It was
that
trying to like
caused
use the steering wheel to control your destiny.
I guess I don't know. It it caused my game to freeze though. I unplugged it.
That's
never
weird.
had the issue. Yeah.
Like the racing car steering wheel, right?
Yeah. I sold it to my brother. Yeah. Because it was whenever Hick and them was getting me to try Truck Simulator.
Truck Simulator.
Yep. I found it. I found the steering wheel on Marketplace for like $40. It was a steering wheel, pedals, everything.
The whole kit
$40.
for $40?
$40.
That's not bad.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. I was like, deal.
I have a friend of
On my
mine,
way.
like he bought like a higher quality one. It had like
Yeah.
it had like the cage on it, like where it's all
Oh
painted,
yeah,
like
I've seen those.
Yeah.
They look cool.
he spent like $600 on that though.
Bless.
It's like
I
listen,
mean, I
dude,
say God bless, but like, I mean, I feel like we've spent probably a good amount of money. on some of our
unreasonable
stuff.
amount of money.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh yeah.
over the years, of course, it's like a requirement. You have to overinvest.
Whenever me and the wife first got together, and she started coming over to the house, I had to explain it to her, like, hey, this room, like.
It's not what it looks like, okay? I mean, no, it's exactly.
No,
what it looks
I'm like, yeah, I was like, it's exactly what it looks like, but like this room, okay, there's a lot of money in it, and then her niece and nephew started coming over, and I would have to tell them, like, hey,
They're like, I know
I'm
what
gonna
that
need
is.
you to, like, I'm gonna need you to stay outside that door,
Yeah.
because I don't need you pushing buttons.
Yeah, no one should be in here pushing my buttons. Thank you. I've got a lock on my door as well, and it's like,
I've got a lock. I had to put a lock on the top of the door, and it was. I used to put just a screwdriver in it whenever I was out of it. It'd be
Just
high
like
enough where a kid couldn't reach
gotcha.
it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. We got my friend Astro here in chat. How's it going, Astro? Not used to this view. This is my other camera.
Howdy.
This is also. Wait, no, he's that way. This is my friend Zach, also known as your Fat Man, and we started the streaming journey long time ago, and this was
Long time
our
ago.
pinnacle offering to the masses.
Yeah.
We
This
did
is what everyone looked forward to on Wednesday morning.
every week.
yeah.
We would do an episode of Double Trouble, and it would be just
Whew.
like rumors and bullshit and whatever else we could come up with. Every now and again, we got really lucky and got some super cool guests, and we had some really like kind of controversial
We had
topics for a
great-
while.
Yes.
So
We had great guests.
we did. We did. We had some high quality content putting out there for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're just old men doing nothing.
Yeah. I'm old.
How
I
old
retired.
are you now, sir?
I'm going to be 30 next year.
30. I turned 40 this year.
God.
Yeah, 40.
And see, that makes me feel old even more. Like, I know it's you're old, but like it makes me feel old because like
in my
we
context,
used to do
right.
this. Like, we were, I was early 20s and you were, early 30s.
Yep, we've probably
Like,
been doing
whenever we-
content for like 10 years. Yeah, that sounds about
Yeah.
right.
Like whenever we first even like started playing games together, because I mean it was Destiny 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was my desire to
DLG.
build a team of people to play games with me that like turned into like, well, I guess I got to stream it, and then it was like, well, I guess I
Yeah.
better organize all these assholes, and then damn, I need help
remember-
organizing all these assholes, and then
I remember me, you, Bacon, and all them. Like, I mean, even if it was just on our PS4, like, I mean, just playing.
someone was always on.
Yeah.
Someone, you can always jump in with somebody else. It was crazy.
Exactly.
We did a lot of really fun like
then-
God, it was what, like at least 2-3 raids a week. We did every nightfall. We did everything but like trials pretty much.
Week, like, I think I did more than that in a day
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Me and Kingsfall were good friends. We were.
Kingsfall, yeah. I was the Vault of Glass guy.
Yeah, I hated Vault.
I loved
It was the
I love them all.
Templar. Like Templar got me. Okay.
Templar gets everybody though. It's just like when
Yeah.
you're playing Kingsfall and you got to do the fucking Court of Oryx. That
It's
whole
easy.
like, well, right, but like there's always somebody who's like, I can't do this. I don't get it. I don't understand.
And look, it was surprisingly sometimes, most of the time, Carmine,
Yeah,
who
weird.
did it all the time.
But But yeah, we just just on a whim, like we've been trying to like boost this kind of reunion thing a couple times. Like I think our last real attempt was literally 4 years ago.
Yeah.
We're in a place now where it makes sense. I think a lot more
Yeah.
sense for us to, even if we just do it like we're talking about, like maybe once a month, just something for us to like get together and shoot the shit. And hopefully you guys are into it and can jump in and join us. But honestly, like we've been sitting here for the last hour just shooting the shit anyway. So
It's very true.
I was like, we should just turn it on and just
We could have just hit live like an hour ago.
for real. But yeah, we're just like we picked out some topics. We're gonna talk about some like current events ish stuff. But I think to like start out with, it's probably been, like I said, about 4 years since the last time we reached out, but like 6 years since the last show we did. A lot of stuff has changed.
Yeah, your little kids are probably like big now, ain't they?
Yeah, I've got an adult. She's 18.
God.
Yeah, she's 18, and I have a 16-year-old son as well. So it's like my kids are pretty much like don't need me anymore.
Remember whenever they were kids?
Yeah. Now they're not kids anymore. Now, but see, like you got married.
Got married.
Yeah, and
I
think
got an 8-month-old little baby girl.
Yeah, that's like a fresh baby too.
Oh, she's rotten. Yeah, man.
There's always, more and more things are gonna change, and like things are gonna, especially at like 30, dude. Like 30 is for me at least was a great time. Like I had a great time in my 30s. I think the 30s is like the new 20s.
I've had a great time leading up to 30.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
and I could say that in the past few years, I guess I've done a lot of growing up, with stable relationship and getting married and having a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, it opened up a lot of eyes for me.
And I mean, you're like working still, and
oh yeah,
you like
it's like I've the job I've got now. Like I've been fortunate enough. Like I guess because I got a new job back in May, but before that, I was able to, with the baby being born, I've been able to let the wife stay home, and now with this job, she's been able to stay home.
Even more.
We've been
right.
more comfortably.
Nice.
And
very cool.
So, yeah, I never thought I'd be able to. Used to it was just, hey man, paycheck. Let me pay these bills and
I
buy
remember
beer.
it was beer and bills for you for a long time.
Old lady was like, I was saying something about needing a new keyboard because this one's like messing up. My mouse is messing up.
Yeah.
She's like, why is it so expensive? I was like, this ain't expensive. Like, what do you
this
mean?
is the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
I used to spend money. You might not know what that is.
Yeah.
Watch me spend like $400 in a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And like, and
a lot has changed.
Yeah, but it's like that's like a good thing though, right? Like,
yeah,
you've like, would you consider yourself settled down? Do you think?
Yes,
settled down. Yeah.
Look, I don't. It's wild to say, but like I don't even drink like I used to.
I mean, like, that's usually a major part of settling down. Is
Oh yeah. I mean, like, because I showed her the video from Guardian Con, and she asked, she was like, "Are you like trying to dance or something?" I said, "No." I said, "I was drunk."
I said,
"Just
walking."
my Crocs were squeaky. Like I was on a mission to go to the bar.
We had to find the bar. Yeah.
I was like, yeah. And she was like, "I'm so glad you don't do that no more."
Oh man, dude, like
because whenever we got together, like it was. I mean,
I was just gonna ask, like, did you say like, listen, I'm kind of a big deal in certain circles?
No, look, I don't know what you mean. Whenever we first started talking, whenever I remember, like I think we were dating at the time,
right?
But the Dragon Ball movie came out, like the Gohan movie or whatever,
right?
I think it was a few years back, but I told her, I was like, because she was wanting to hang out, and I done made plans with guys from work.
Listen
And
up.
I told her, I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I was like, my nephew wants to go see this cartoon movie that just came out." I didn't like. I fed her some big line. I was like, "Oh God."
I'm just
I was
doing it
like,
for
I'm trying to
him, you know.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, me and my brother are gonna be nice and
Yeah, we're gonna take him up there.
take him to go see this movie.
He really
Look,
wants to see it.
Sure enough, a little bit. It was like 6 months later, she done moved in and everything else. We were sitting there talking about something, and so we seen something Dragon Ball with my brother and them there, and she was like, "Oh, look, there's that where the movie I went to see."
And you're like,
And
yeah.
my brother was like, "We went to see a movie?" I was like, "Shut up."
You don't remember
I
that?
was like, "I totally forgot about that." Like, hush.
Oh boy.
Man, like,
Yeah, now she's like,
It
oh,
was-
he likes Dragon Ball Z and he plays video games on his computer.
oh yeah. She even points out, like, whenever people come over, yeah, that's where he has like his little, action figures because of all of my pops. Like, I have a shelf over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You can't see it, but it's like it's loaded. Like, I have over 100 and something pops. Like, and she's just like, yeah, he has his little action figures, his Funkos. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, whenever people ask, she's trying to explain it. And she's like, oh, just tell them. I'm like, yeah.
It's Funkos.
Yeah.
I just, one day just thought they were cool, so I started
Yeah.
collecting them. They were cute.
I was like, some of these bad boys are worth money. And I told her, like, because I got to looking one day, because I have an app where you can put all your collection in. It tells you the value of them.
Right.
I mean, it's a good $3,000 collection. I
Sure.
mean,
And like you have like specific ones that like even if it's not monetary value, it's stuff that you like, and
yes.
they made those things out of everything. Like you could get like movie characters.
we
comic
were
book
going to get our
characters.
cake toppers, but we didn't order them in time.
That's still
the
pretty
wedding.
cool though.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's super neat.
But I mean, like, we looked into that, but it wouldn't have been here in time for the wedding and stuff.
I got you.
But
It's like
I
a
mean, just,
this is like a part of your past, and like really like
yeah.
it's not actually action figures either. Like there's some people who have like literal toys like lining their walls, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like I'm not judging anybody. You know, like I've got toys in my little toy case, and I've got most of my toys are fucking books. Like that's
Yeah.
that's like what my collection consists mostly of fucking old ass books, and it's like none of them are like really all that good. There's no first editions. I have no signed copies, but it's like it's books
But
that I've read, and books that I love.
It's free. It's value to you.
Yes,
kind of thing, yeah.
I love those books, and I like for a long part of my childhood like escaped into like a lot of those worlds. So to me, that's like a part of me, and it doesn't matter if it was books or Funkos or whatever. Like my wife married me,
Exactly.
and that includes my shit.
And so I tell her, because she's got the computer desk over there, and she always says, "Well, I wanted to put this filing cabinet. Do you think we could move your, little thing with your Funkos on it?" I'm like,
Move it
"Where would we move it?"
Yeah, where's it gonna go?
She's like, "Well, we put them in boxes." I said, no,
They
No.
should never be in boxes.
yeah, no." Like, I mean, she said something about my Saturdays for the boys flag. She's like, "Well, we can hang pictures on that wall." I'm like, "Hang it in the living room."
Yeah, like
Okay.
where people will see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like no one comes back here.
This is my room.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah. that's like
Man.
this is my office, and like I do what I want in here, and then my wife comes in here and tells me things I want better,
Yeah.
and then I do what she wants. I do what she wants.
Yeah, it's like, she wanted this, I wanted this, so we negotiated,
Yeah.
and she got this. Yeah.
Right, yeah. And then she got
Yeah.
exactly what she wanted. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. That's how she got her desk. She was like, hey, I was like, she's like, I could edit, because she was editing pictures on my computer.
Right.
Because she does some photography sometimes.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can just use my computer. And she's like, well, you have this one that you're not using. She's like, I got this desk at my dad's house. I was like, she's like, I can just move it.
You're like,
I'm like, but I was like, where would we put it? She said, see where all this stuff is? She said all this junk.
all this junk.
And she's like, you
Ouch.
don't even know what's in there. I was like,
Stab you in the heart, man.
tell me to find something. I can find it right away. Okay. I was like, it's not junk.
Do you need
Stuff.
RCA cables from 1998? Because I got 5 of them.
this box. Like you could see like a corner of like a side of it right there.
Is that your wig, bro?
Full-
Is that your wig sitting there?
Oh
on the
yeah.
side?
Hey, look, I have my Fallout
Yeah.
wig.
Uh-huh. That's the
And the Sea of Thieves
oh,
one.
shit, dude.
Man,
You have
like
choices.
the beard.
Options.
Look, I mean, I still have my pirate hat. Look, everything's on standby.
I've got my
okay?
pirate hat too. It's just like in my bedroom right now, but
Oh no, like I got everything staged.
yeah,
by the computer,
it's
okay?
just slowly making room for somebody else's stuff in there.
Yeah,
too,
like I mean, why not? Oh God, I think my head's gotten bigger.
Is that possible? Oh boy.
Pass that down to the kids.
Yeah, nice. Dang, you can probably put the whole baby in there right now.
I wouldn't go that far, okay? She's 8 months, chunky.
Oh man.
Man, she hasn't hit that like growth spurt, so she's just got like the
Yeah.
little leg grows going on
Dude,
right now.
baby rolls are the best rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like we try to get her shoes, and it's just like I used to get these over these cankles. Like, man,
Baby can't wear shoes because the cankle's too big.
yeah.
That's actually probably a pretty common problem. Babies got cankles like for
Oh,
like first 3
yeah,
years
I
of
bought
their
her.
lives.
I bought her a pair of Crocs, because I was like, hey, you ain't crocking, you ain't rocking.
That's true.
Okay. Got her the smallest size I could find.
Yeah.
Still too big.
Still too big.
And she just takes them off and chews on them at this point.
I mean, that's what
I'm
that's
like,
what
hey, at
everything
least you're
goes
not
in the
chewing
mouth.
on mine. Yeah.
Right, yeah, well,
Oh,
yeah. But like she'll eventually grow into those Crocs, buddy.
I hope so.
And she'll be
like
rocking the Crocs.
$35.
It is officially after 7. I think technically the show has begun. Welcome to Double Trouble,
Oh,
episode
hey.
number what the fuck ever.
This is
Your host is going to be
242.
yeah two. That's a great number. Your host is going to be your fat man. I'll be here hanging out. Sneak Thief. Really, it's Zach and Evan. We're just chilling and having some fun.
Yeah.
I sent you a list of things for topics, and like, oh, God, let me get
Yeah, they're right here. Found them.
that. Got them. But it's like, listen, like, so many things have happened since the last episode, as far as like gaming and streaming and like the whole.
Here's 6 years of news.
Jesus,
in
I
2
like
hours.
everything sucks and nothing's cool.
COVID.
And yeah, COVID, and then like everything sucks.
Yeah.
That's
Can we go back to 6 years ago?
that's about as accurate as I can
You
get.
worked. You got that time machine built.
Yeah, dude, I've been working on it,
So-
but I need more time.
So you're in the house. You built that room, right? That's the one that you were building.
Yes,
The-
correct.
Okay.
Yes, it's like it was in like a
It was like an
formal
open
dining
space.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was
Yeah.
like an arch here where this doorway is. Like there was an arch, but like up along the walls was just like a beam kind of thing all the way around. And it was an open room.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we like closed the room in. So
Motherfucker. I remember talking. Oh, there's Luda.
I haven't had a lob on this late a Saturday night for a long time. Well, I'm glad you're here, sir. We actually only did
Hey,
this
Luda.
show for you.
Yeah, we was like, look, if anything, the reunion is for Luda.
Luda is gonna be here.
Okay.
I know it.
Yeah.
I know it. We do appreciate you.
Man
though,
hasn't
Luda.
missed an episode yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
For real. Like, why would he start now? But yeah, like we built this room, and that was about 2019, 2020 when we like moved in. We like literally beat the pandemic by like 2 weeks. As soon as the pandemic hit, like they had finished all the work on the house, and we were actually able to close and get everything done, taken care of. And then it was like pandemic, like right afterwards.
Man.
Right afterwards. And this is my friend Zach, also known as your fat man.
Hey.
We are doing a talk show about gaming, streaming community. We have a few topics today. We're going to include things like Dr. Dumbass, Sony, and the Bungie finagling fiasco.
The Bungie dumbass shit too.
Twitch being stupid, and then we're just going to talk about ourselves because that's the best thing about me is me. He's now your dad, man. That's true. That's
very
true.
true.
Yeah. I didn't even think
Couldn't
about
afford the rebrand. Okay.
It's just expensive, dude. Emotes take fucking
Yeah.
forever, too. God.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just hanging out talking stuff. I just want to say like our opinions are our opinions, and there's no agenda here. We're not selling you anything. We're not trying to make any kind of.
Did you set up the other screen?
No, I didn't. But I can.
I mean, because we could tell them we're right.
I mean, we are right though.
I mean, like.
Hang on.
Do you still have that picture?
I do. Like, I've got a thing here.
Because I got the glasses.
Hang on. See, I've got. Like, let me get rid of the Goomba, and then if I put this up there, and then I can do.
Nice to meet you, Zidane.
This? No.
Oh.
This?
Oh, no.
I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look, like it's the
our
assets are there.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, I just have to listen. Next time,
we are always right.
That's very true. We're about as right as it gets.
Yeah.
For like most people, at least. Ludacris knows we're his American source on real news.
Yeah.
All the time. So we do appreciate you guys stopping in, hanging out, saying hello. I think that, like I said, like it's just a show based around us shooting the shit and having fun with you guys. So feel free to like chime in. We'll read your opinions out loud and criticize them in front of everyone. The USA BBC, yes, exactly.
Usually we point and laugh.
Yeah,
you know?
Lots of laughing at you. We definitely laugh at you a lot. So just be prepared for that.
Haha, Luda.
Luda.
Imagine losing in 1776. Man.
Never letting them live that one down.
No.
Oh, boy. And then also like like how close you are to France, like that's gotta suck. Dude.
Wow.
Jeez. Just gotta be so bad.
Fucking blows.
So close to France, man. Jesus. I'm about as far as I can get from French people. They live in Canada usually in this environment.
I'm closer than you.
That's true. However, we have the Louisianians in between us, which are like redneck French people. So,
I mean, I was going to say, like we have like the Eastern Kentucky people.
That's
but
true.
I don't know if you'd consider them French
Probably
rednecks.
not. No,
like,
they're just regular hillbilly rednecks.
Yeah, it's
right?
just. Well, no, I wouldn't even say regular hillbilly rednecks.
They're
I would
like
say like
different. How would you describe them?
they're their own breed.
They're like an
their
entirely
own
new
race. Like it's like Eastern Kentucky's like their own little, country.
It's like a whole, like you go to Eastern Kentucky and like the rules change.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. The rules, the language, the dialect, after the driving, everything. It's like going to Indiana. Okay. Like
whoa. Let's not get crazy. No one should go to Indiana. We need to be clear about that to everyone. Stay out of there, you guys. Jeez. But yes, first topic was Dr. Disrespect. Obviously, there's a very much polarizing issue. People have opinions, and I think that the issue, at least in my viewpoint, was solved years ago when he was removed from said platform, and then like that was like the end of it. And like regardless of how that happened, like I was still never a part of the Dr. Disrespect community in any way, shape, or form.
So
I feel
I'm trying to figure out how to like word it. Like, I never really watched him. Whenever he left Twitch, okay, it was everyone's question of why.
Why? Yes, that was the.
We
probably even have an episode.
I think we did.
God, it's probably still on our YouTube, even like where we were like,
"Hey, Casey,
someone's gonna find out, and someone's gonna tell, and when they tell, then blah blah blah."
Yeah.
It's like,
but like I didn't. Whenever he made the announcement of YouTube, like it built up so much attention. He played. I guess he played like he always plays his comebacks like good.
I mean, yes.
Like it
Like
builds,
that's why
it builds.
that's
the
why
thing.
he's such
That's
a
what,
successful content creator, is because he plays a character
yes.
very well, and like the character connects with the majority of people because of the fact that he's like he's Doctor
Yeah.
Disrespect. He's
Yeah.
not gonna follow the rules. Like that's
Yeah.
his thing. You know, he's
Yeah,
like
and
he's
so-
not like doctorate in philosophy. He's
Yeah, no.
he's disrespectful. He's supposed to be
Yeah.
the bad guy. Like that's kind of
Yeah.
why people liked him.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
And-
C Matt, what's going on, bud?
That's my brother Casey.
Oh, I'm just saying hi, Casey. What's up, buddy?
I know you can just call him Casey.
He said you're. So I just want to make
Yeah,
sure I
yeah.
acknowledged his
he's
contribution.
yeah he's you ain't gotta acknowledge
You're.
him. Okay?
I'll say you're back to him, and now
But like whenever it came out finally of like what all happened, it for one it was a whole fucked up situation, but also looked at it, it's like this was like 6 years ago.
Mhm.
I was like, and I don't know, because like I guess I have like a mixed thing, because I mean I thought it was all handled then, and it just now got brought into light.
see what like people's problem from my understanding is not necessarily like that it wasn't handled, but that it's like
It did get kind of pushed under the rug because they said they
Well,
all
like,
settled.
For whatever reason, like he's like involved with an underage person,
yeah,
and whether or not that's like physical contact, it's still wrong
it's
in-
still wrong.
in that manner. But at the same time, it's like you have a guy who's, for lack of a better term, he's an actor. And he's portraying this character who's supposed to be like the heel. He's supposed to be the bad guy. He's supposed to be the villain. He's kind of like, I'm better than you, and he's kind of toxic, and he kind of promotes that like really competitive atmosphere like in his community. Like that's like the audience that he was breeding. And like if in the context of this conversation he's playing a character, there still shouldn't be
But there still
that
shouldn't
type of
be
contact.
the
Then that is what he was
Yes.
paying for, right? He was paying
Yes.
by getting kicked off the platform. He paid for that mistake by letting his character, even as a character, like violate certain specific Twitch rules, which is why they kicked him off the platform. And it's like from there literally has been no further contact. They've settled out of court. And that in my opinion is over. Now, does that mean that I think it's cool
No.
that they kept it secret of like this person who this is why, is because he's in a situation where he's literally contacting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of probably underage people, and and it's like that, like that's what's happening there, and I'm not a part of it. So in my opinion, like that is my judgment. I'm not going to be a part of that. I don't want to be there. I don't pay attention to it. But I can't control people who show up and hang out in his chat, and it's up to them to show up and hang out in his chat. And it's like, rather than make it a whole huge social deal, you could just not include yourself in that. And then it's over with.
Exactly.
What is there a
Like-
personality that's the opposite of him? Like there are people that are just super nice and super inclusive, and those guys generally do really well on
I
this
think
kind of
I
platform.
think there's actually like a person who literally is called Dr. Respect. Like I think they made it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think like I'm wanting to say I've seen it on Twitter. Like he's made a tweet, and I'm pretty sure I've seen it before, probably 6 years ago.
I like that.
But like I mean, it was like his complete opposite.
Yeah.
Instead of like a red vest, I think he wore like a white one. I mean, it was just like it was everything opposite of Doc. It was actually pretty funny whenever I seen the person.
I know that it's kind of a hot topic because on one hand, if you say the wrong thing, then all of a sudden you're victim blaming, and then on the other hand, if you say the wrong thing, then all of a sudden it's like
you're taking up for
you're
them.
intolerant, right? Like there's honestly there's
how dare you tolerate this? Like I'm not tolerating it. I just I'm not associating it with in general.
well, but it's like if you go to jail for committing a crime and then you get out of jail and then people find out that you committed a crime, do you have to go back into jail? I mean, like, doesn't going to jail mean that you paid for your crime? And so, like, he was making the most money on a $1 billion platform, the most money on a $1 billion. He was making the most money on a $1 billion platform, made a mistake, and then he's no longer making the most money on a $1 billion platform.
On the $1 billion,
I don't necessarily think that makes him any good or any better than like the
I feel
public
like
opinion.
whenever he made the move to YouTube, he probably had to explain to the YouTube people, like, hey, this is what happened,
Sadly, I've seen the evil side of the gaming industry firsthand, so the fact that his blood in the Twitch hasn't surprised me. I find the whole situation frustrating and maddening. And I think that most people are on the same page as you, Luda. I feel like the average person is like, I don't watch him, I wouldn't watch him, and then knowing that like I have good judgment of character because I wouldn't appreciate watching him also means that I'm not associated with the things that he's doing, and I'm therefore not condoning what he's doing. But it's like, this is a literal worldwide platform. You can't not be exposed to like all kinds of ridiculous shit on this platform.
People.
Super shitty people, honestly.
Like with him, I mean, no matter what, to like even like if he makes a comeback, like I know he will because he's already posting back on XYZ. He's making zeets,
Yeah, he's zeeting all over the place.
Yeah, but I mean, he's coming back, okay?
Of course he is, dude. He's the most popular content creator.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course he is.
I mean, he has made the best character in content creation. I think, the character he portrays.
You're not wrong.
It's probably is the best.
He's super successful for a reason.
He's successful about it. It's not the best. It's literally.
Dude, everyone likes a bad guy. And
it's
even
like if they're not talking good about him, guess what? People are still talking bad about him. He's still a topic.
I was just gonna say, people like the bad guy, even if it's they like to hate the bad guy. Like if there's a devil that you can say he's the bad one, then people enjoy that. They like being able to say hey, have you heard of that Dr. Disrespect guy? Listen to how bad he is, and it's
I wasn't gonna bust it out, but before all this came to light, I bought his book.
Yeah, Violence.
Never read a page. Okay, but it was a simple fact of the matter of hey, it has this nice certificate of authentication.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but it's signed by him. I'm like, what? I was like, I ain't gonna pass up on this. And it's literally just it sits.
I mean, it's.
I think I got dust on my hands.
It would be a lot like if
I think I read 2 pages, and it's a meme. Okay, it really is.
Yes. That's. It's part of the character persona, and it's I understand. Like I said, people have very strong feelings about this and that, and as someone who's never been a part of that, I can say for sure, on every level, I would never be part of that community, and I feel like the people who are a part of that community are going to defend their community because they don't see
matter what.
Right, and regardless of where he jumps to, people are gonna watch, and it's gonna be because of the fake character that he's playing, and not because of the man actually sitting at his computer desk.
And like Slamerican said, I mean, that's.
Of course not.
I mean, it is. No one does.
Of course not.
Yeah,
But also, it's people.
That's my other brother.
People will argue. People will argue that that's not what happened, right?
Yeah.
That that label doesn't match this situation, and I'm not gonna argue that. That's not what we're talking about.
I'm not. Yeah.
That's not what we're talking about.
I'm not arguing that.
No.
But He's no matter what, like people are going to support him.
Yeah.
I mean,
and what it comes down to is like they know they've had plenty of warnings what type of
yeah,
things can happen inside of that community.
yeah.
As
It's like you have this big sign before you walk in the building, like, hey, you could have this,
disclaimer.
this happen, you know. But hey, walk in if you want to.
Yeah, worry that the innocent
Yeah,
people
and he
get,
has had like he's been like swatted. He's had people
multiple
drive
times.
by his house shooting.
Yep.
I mean, like a lot of things has happened to him. I mean,
The internet, yes.
the internet is
That is
wild.
that is exactly I think the perfect way to end the conversation on this particular topic. The internet is a scary place, and it is it can be full of
And it makes you like think. Like I mean, I could say it now. Like being a dad now, like I would like it's something you gotta. It's like would I want my kids?
yes.
In a situation like
There's
this?
you're right. There's a context there where it's like
Yeah.
as my individual person and the choices I make for me and like obviously like my family and stuff like they don't watch Dr. Disrespect.
Exactly.
And I wouldn't let them if I had control over that. I would say
Yeah.
no fucking way, right? Like
Yeah.
like and that would be my choice as a parent, and obviously my kids would be able to make whatever choice they wanted to if I don't know about it or if I'm not there to like help them make those choices. But it's like as a person I've influenced the people around me to believe differently and wouldn't
Yeah.
be part of that community to begin with. And so therefore it's like I've already established a barrier in my life that I don't have to worry about, am I in jeopardy of these types of things? And hopefully,
Yeah.
my kids have learned well enough that they wouldn't make those choices either. So that's kind of, you pick and choose, especially on the internet, you pick and choose what you get out of it. And that's a huge thing, is knowing like the right choice when it comes to online communities. Because people can be
For one, yeah.
I mean, like
For
there was a
one,
point in time where
the moral of it all is the internet's wild.
I mean,
okay?
yes, like and like the beginning of even like Bright Light Gaming, like there was people we had to kick out because they were
yeah,
taking advantage of people, they were stealing money, like they were lying about shit. Like we have to, as leaders of a community, make choices like what's best for everyone, as opposed to just like my personal belief is X, Y, and Z, so therefore that's everyone's belief now, and that's like you just can't be that way, especially when it
At
comes
the end
to
of the day, it's just like be a decent fucking human being.
can make you a hero or kill you. I think you make yourself a hero or you set yourself up for being killed because of your choices. It's not the internet. The internet's just going to judge you super hard. The internet's just going to be the mirror
No matter
by
what
which
you do.
you judge
Like you could
yourself.
say, "Hey, I, solved a drought in this village," and they'll be like, "Well, what about the other 3 fucking villages that died? Died of this?"
Yeah,
Like,
you can be like, I love oranges, and then people are like, well, I think you should give apples a real chance. Did you really give apples a real chance? Because apples are probably way better for the environment
have
than
you ever
oranges
tried
ever
a
were.
peach?
Yeah, then you have the guy that's like, well, I don't eat fruit at all, so fuck y'all. It's like,
Get some fucking broccoli.
not the point. But yes, definitely a kind of a sticky situation as far as like people who want to involve yourself in that. But I think that the easiest solution is just to be like obviously something is going on, and whether or not it's up to me to like make an opinion is completely off the table if I just choose to stay away from that. Like that's not a place where I want to be. That's not a place where I encourage other people to be, and then I'm completely free of having to deal with those things in my community or in my friend group. It's it can be difficult for like young people to understand what a a pseudo social relationship is that's what you have with these content creators. Like you're really as just a regular viewer not their friend. You're just a name on a screen, and it takes time to build relationships and takes time to get to know people, and at that point, like maybe then friendship can be a lot easier to achieve and then maintain, versus like you're just a name in some guy's chat that's just rolling fucking chat. Like you really don't like you're not like that's not the same thing as like us talking right now when there's like 8 or 9 people hanging and like 4 or 5 messages every minute. Like that's easy, that's real, conversation. That's real conversation versus like
Sorry.
that pseudo conversation where you don't.
You had to point out the little soundboard.
What is my
Oh,
goal
man.
from the internet? I want to have fun. That's the number one thing. Always has been. Sometimes things got in the way. Like I wanted to be a full-time content creator to where this was my job, and so I like tried to like make money a part of it, and it just didn't work out because money is not a good fit for me with my fun. Money and
It
fun.
was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Yeah.
It's exactly it. Yeah, I was like, I don't
But
want to try and
Sorry,
take
I'm
money
gonna
from
quit
people anymore.
soundboard.
I don't want to take money from people. I want to
Yeah.
take time from people. I want to take their time from them. That's.
I don't know what you mean. I came to the internet to get rich and popular.
Did it work?
Oh, fuck no. I retired.
I think you got the popular thing down. Everyone loves Fat Man.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Especially whenever they see that damn truffle shuffle. Golly. I'm pretty sure, the Goonies called me a few years back for the reboot. You know,
Yeah.
I had to turn them down, though.
You're busy.
Yeah. Yeah, I was work didn't
Way-
really
yeah.
pan out that day.
Way
you
too
know?
busy. I just sell cars to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of, I don't like if you don't mind sharing. Like, what are you doing for work right now?
I'm back to mechanicking.
Yeah.
I've been mechanicking since 2019 again. Yeah.
Right on. For a while there, you did one of my favorite jobs. For you, I mean, like you were a car salesman, right? That was
Yeah, for like 4 months.
that was one of my
4 to 6
favorite. That was
months.
one of my favorite
God.
points in time.
Man.
Because
Man.
you had the coolest fucking clothes. You were always taking pictures with these random
They
fucking
made
people
me.
with a minivan in the background.
Yeah. They told me I had to dress fancy, so like
I loved it,
you know,
dude.
I found just like I think Gretty, she went to just like some thrift stores and found me some nice dress pants,
yeah.
and like a button up. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, hell, and I didn't wear it like the other salesman. He had like penny loafers on.
Yeah,
There
he
I
was
was,
like-
and,
he
like
was
my
really into
steel
it.
toe boots. I was like, he tucked in his shirt. He did his hair every day. I like put a hat on, and whenever I took the picture, I'd take it off. So I had like hat hair.
I think people could relate to you though, right? Like people
Oh, yeah.
saw you as
I
just
mean-
like another like working man and not someone who's trying to
Yeah.
like
That's
sell
what I'm
them a
telling
car.
them. I'm like, hey, first thing I would say is like, look, I am not a car salesman. I was like, if you want to buy this, okay.
yes, we can do it.
work
But if
something
not,
out.
like get the
I can
fuck out
tell
of
you
here.
everything you want to know, I guess, about this car, but I'm not gonna like, fill you full of shit and
Yeah,
try
no,
to send you on down the road with a fucking lemon,
Right.
or try to spend 3 days working a deal on something that you can't afford.
Right, yeah.
You know, like,
All the bad stuff about car salesmen, you just couldn't find you couldn't
yeah,
find a way
and
to do
that's
that.
why I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like,
do you feel like you have to be a little dishonest to sell cars?
oh yeah,
To
100%.
to sell a lot of
Like,
cars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy that I've been like, I'll put it like this: the past 2 weeks, the guy's like, I guess, kind of like my cousin. It's like my uncle's wife's nephew. Yeah.
He's somehow related.
Kind-
You are from
yeah.
Kentucky. Yeah.
Yeah. But he works at the camper place in town, and we got our camper from him back in April,
Okay.
and it's like a little A-frame one. It's cool as hell. Okay. But we were talking about getting like a bigger camper, the one where we could store stuff in and
Right.
have a bathroom, all that. And he talked to me for 2 weeks talking enough about this camper they had. Dolly, do you mind?
She gonna say hi?
No, she probably could. Come here.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
I
You
missed
ain't been on
Dolly.
camera in a
Oh
while.
my gosh.
Man.
Guys, this is the real star of the show right here.
I know it, Dolly.
Best
Okay,
damn
go
dog
back.
in the world right there.
Hey, I know. You
Aw,
want attention now.
Yeah. Look how cute she is.
Okay.
Look how cute she is.
Go lay down. Go lay down.
Yo,
But-
there's Luda's dog in chat for us too.
But
Wait a
for
minute,
the
hold on.
past 2
Sorry,
weeks,
sorry. I don't want to stop your story, but I just put something together. Your dog's name is Dolly,
Mhm.
and Luda's dog's name is Molly.
Wow.
Dolly and Molly. Did you do that on purpose? I think Luda named his dog
I think I think he did.
After your dog.
I think he missed me
think he
so
did,
much,
yeah.
and Dolly. Like, I mean, it's been what? I mean, 6 years.
6
you know,
years.
I mean,
Yeah, like,
I mean,
like 6 years since we've been
lock-
under the double
locking
trouble
out.
name at least.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's my Halloween decoration that I didn't put away. Sorry, back to your
Oh,
story.
good. But we were talking about upgrading to a bigger camper. So for the past 2 weeks, he's been talking it up. Like, oh yeah, you know, we can get this deal worked out. Messaged me yesterday, finally. Oh yeah, the owner already has something planned for that one. Blah blah
Oh.
blah blah blah. You know, and that was the only one we really. That's the only one we kind of not only wanted, but it's like what we kind of qualified for.
Right,
you know,
okay.
with the funds and everything, and because it was a trade in, they didn't have much in it. You know, like we was just gonna be able to trade in our camper. You know, that was cheap
Right.
and get the same payment. And he said, "Oh yeah, you know, no big deal. We'll have this paperwork wrote up by Friday." Messaged me yesterday and said, "Yeah, sorry,
Not
can't
gonna
do
work.
it." Yeah, no. I'm like, you mean tell me for the past 2 weeks you've been blowing smoke up my ass?
He's like, yes.
But he used
yes,
to be a
exactly.
car salesman, and like he came and bought some baby clothes, but he was telling me like all the stuff he would tell guys. I'm like, I
Yeah,
could
it's
not
like
do
it's
that.
like it's kind of like a almost like a meme where like the car salesman's a big fat liar and like nothing he says is right and your payment always ends up $100 more than they tell you.
Oh
and,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, like
stuff.
the first one he talked about, he's like, "Oh yeah, we can make this work," and then he was like, "Hey, your payment's gonna be like $300 more." I'm like,
That's not
no, thank
what we
you.
said was
You
gonna
know?
work.
Yeah,
Speaking of things not working, dude, fucking Bungie was bought by Sony after they did a shit ton of layoffs, and then they just did even more layoffs. And now it's like people are saying like I'm gonna boycott Destiny, and they're talking like, oh, there was this Frontiers project that was supposed to be like Destiny 3. That's not real. They're like they've gotten
So,
rid of
it
so many
wasn't
of
real?
their. That's what they're saying. That's what that there was never a Destiny 3 in the works.
I could have swore they talked about it.
I personally, like you were saying earlier, like I haven't really touched. Like I played the story and I played the campaign up until like the end of like the Light and Dark saga or whatever, and I haven't touched it since then. But it's like I
When was
kind of
Light and
just
Dark
limped.
Saga?
I kind of just limped along, like, and I would play like the like story part of it, but then it would be like the next cycle of like their story part is like go do this event 1,000 fucking times and earn 1,000 fucking points in rep here and 1,000 fucking points in rep there, and it's like I don't want to go do the same repetitive shit that I've been doing this entire fucking time just to get to the end of the story mission. Tell me what happens. So
I'm
I've just
trying
been
to
waiting
think.
for like stories to come
The
out, and
last-
I'm fucking done.
trying to remember the last like play I did. Kind of like, here. Oh yeah, Steam tells you now.
It's true, yeah.
It says I played in 2022.
So 2 years ago.
Do not recall.
Probably was.
I don't know. They had a
Lightfall?
cool gun.
Yeah.
And I played. It was a SMG. It was cool.
Yeah.
Looking, but I think I played for a little bit, but I didn't finish it all.
No.
And I was just like, I'll pass.
I haven't really finished much of Destiny in a long, long time,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
because they expect you to only play Destiny. It's like if you want to have anything worth having,
You
in
have
that
to
game,
do this,
Yes.
and then you have to go do this, and then it's like do this.
and then
Like,
do it all
I
over
have to do
again,
this
but on
every
hard
week.
mode.
Yeah, I have to do this every week, and then turn around and do it on hard mode,
Yeah.
and then on just keep going. Like,
And then you
now.
can earn this gun skin.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
do this
Thanks.
for this shader.
I just got to where it's like I don't want to be a Destiny only player, and in order for that to work, like I have to play a bunch of other games, and then if you get to where you are playing a bunch of other games, you fall so far behind that your bros can't even play with you anymore. It got to the point where they knew that people were doing that so much that they created a mechanic to where they will boost your light up to your bro's light if you're like the low light on the team now, so that you can still go in and play with your friends.
Well, see, kind of like what Luda said. He said that's a big trend in the games at the moment. Like,
Do you like that?
I played like whenever me playing WoW. Okay,
Wow. Okay, yeah, that was actually one of the big ones that I was going to bring up because that's another one of
Uh,
those games that like
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
supposed to play
I
only
have-
that game.
So, what was it? They're like, whenever I guess it's a new season now, but the season before, whenever it dropped, me and Steve-O, we're in the same guild. And like whenever it dropped, like I knew on the reset, it was like I had to I get in.
Do this
And
activity,
it was
collect that
you
thing.
like they give you like a weekly quest,
Uh-huh.
and it was to do 3 different activities that week, and I could do it in the day. Like it wouldn't take long if you wanted to do it at the first beginning of the reset,
Sure,
though,
yeah.
because that's whenever everyone's doing it. Because
Right.
if you try to do it later, it's
You
like
gotta find people.
hard
Oh,
as hell to
I've
do.
already done it, or there's no one around to help
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it was like, okay, I got to do this. And then you had to have all that done by raid night, which was the reset was Tuesday, raid night was Thursday. And I was like, shit. I was like, I got no time at all to do anything.
Yeah.
And so
And
I
if
had
you
to be
didn't
ready
do
for
it,
Thursday raid night.
right, then
And
you can't play
if
the
you
raid.
didn't do it, you were under geared. And
Uh-huh.
then everyone's like, oh, why are you only,
Yeah, kick that guy.
on level this? Like, yeah. It was like, we're not going to mention any names, but someone's not doing the greatest DPS. Like, and everyone had the mod to see the DPS. I was like, oh yeah, wonder who that could be.
Let's see. Luda said when I asked him if he liked that, he said the reason I gone back to Eve is because skilling is real time. I can drop the game for a week and go back to it when my skills are trained. Give me time to play other things, but I'm finding other things hard to find right now. Gotcha. So like certain games, Destiny's a good example. WoW's a good example. Warframe. People are like really into like Warframe, and it's one of those games where it's like if you want to stay up to date and you want to stay competitive in any of those games, you have to play almost daily. Like
I
it's
haven't played Warframe in years.
yeah, but it's still like it's set up to be the only game you play because apparently at some point the trend was let's put everything in one game. Like with Destiny, it just used to be like a little bit of patrols here and there to collect materials, but you were in strikes and
Yeah.
and like you were in Nightfall and like you were doing like
And now it's do the strikes
Yes.
and the nightfall, and then do it on hard mode.
yes and
Strikes.
then
And then Nightfall. And then Grandmaster Nightfall.
Yes,
Whatever
and
the
then,
fuck a
and then it was
Grandmaster
like,
is.
oh,
Like,
did you do your raid this week? Oh, did you do all 3 raids this week? Oh, did you do your raids on hard this week? And it was like
Yeah.
everything kind of had a progression.
Did you run Gambit? Did you run this many Crucible
Yes,
maps?
had
Did
you
you
had
do
you turned
competitive?
in your bounties? Like
Yeah.
all of that was like it took up literally every bit of game time that you had, and for a while there I was in that loop and I was up to date and I was playing everything and I was collecting the guns and the skins, and then they introduced battle passes and things became like let's how high can I get my battle pass, and did I get a
Yeah.
title for that, and it just became like
It's
everything that I played, and I feel like I took what could have been a 10-year stretch of game time and smashed it into like 5 years, and I don't want to play Destiny
Yeah.
anymore.
and like with the WoW season of Discovery thing, I played the first season and I was like, I can't do this. I already knew right away. I was like, I can't do this. But with that season I played, I mean, that's all I played.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Casey and Cody, both my brothers, they would say, "Hey, play this." Well, sorry, I got to play WoW. Like, and like it was WoW this, WoW that. I was just like, I had 3 characters I was sitting there trying to level and keep up to date, and I was doing good.
Yeah.
But it hit a moment. Like I done did the raids. I went farther than I've ever went in like a season and expansion of WoW. I was like, you know what? I was like, I am fucking tired. And so I haven't played WoW in a good month or 2. I mean, it just all hit me at once. I was like,
I mean, there was a point in time where like everything I did was Skyrim, and I played Skyrim until
Yeah.
Skyrim couldn't Skyrim anymore, and then I haven't touched it for almost like 3 years. Like
It's like Fallout. Like I've seen the mod, and I want to play the mod, but I re-downloaded Fallout whenever I seen Clam playing it. I was like, okay, and then I was like, I don't really feel like digging into this mod just yet. I was like, I want to try it out just regular. And I
just
loaded it
Go
up.
nostalgic.
I loaded it up and I looked. And I was like, no, I'm still good right now.
Yep. It just didn't do it
Yeah.
for me. Like I've cranked it back up after they released the TV show because like the TV show got me really nostalgic. You know, like the TV show I think is probably one of the best video game to
Oh, yeah.
like television adaptations that they've made so far. Last of Us is also very good.
Yeah. Oh, I enjoyed The Last of Us.
Yeah, Last of Us was like, a
But
very-
I enjoyed. I actually, like, I can honestly say I have not watched. I think the last 2 episodes of the Fallout show. I need to do that.
Oh, you haven't finished
I
it?
try to keep up with so many
Oh, yeah.
shows.
No, dude, no, it's
Yeah.
definitely that's ooh.
Yeah.
We should save this topic. We should save this topic for our next show. We're gonna talk about video games to TV to movies. That's a
Because Last
good
of
one.
Us, I can.
Right.
I think I need to watch the last episode of it. Like, I have a thing. I get distracted near like the last episode of things. And
P-Pops,
I need to go
hello. You guys,
Hey.
you guys got tweets and you got warnings yesterday. I did actually forget to hit it up in the Discord, but my apologies. You could just hang on my every word, and then you will never miss a thing.
I mean, you could have been like Luda. He was 5 hours early.
yeah, Luda was in my chat before I even started hitting stream button. So, never played Fallout, and the series made me itchy. Oh,
Hey, Fallout 4,
get you some cream for that.
okay, is great.
I think
And
Fallout 4
people-
is pinnacle Bethesda. Like, if you enjoy Bethesda
Yes.
games, that's the one.
And see, there's folks like they love Fallout 3
Yeah.
or Fallout New Vegas. Okay, I've tried them. I just never. Sorry, I got distracted.
Sounds really good,
Looking at
P-Pops.
something. But like, I never could get into the other Fallout games.
I did pretty
Besides
good with
Fallout
76. I like 76.
I've played a little bit of 76.
But that's a different game. Like,
Yeah.
like you can't think of
Yeah,
it as like
it's
this
a
is
whole-
yeah.
Yeah.
It's much like going from like the Elder Scrolls games into ESO. Like it's
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to be the same, but it's a different game altogether. I think that like of the most recent ones, there are some very good video games.
Mhm.
The one that I'm the most scared for is the new Borderlands.
The movie.
Yes.
So whenever I was looking for your tweet,
Yeah.
yeah,
Did you see the thing?
I've seen the controversy,
Oh, dude, people
Yeah.
are not happy with that one.
and like, yeah, like,
They're
and
they're calling it lifeless. They're calling it pointless. They're saying
Killer,
that it's
like K6, you know, he's a big, like,
yeah, big.
he was a big
guy.
Borderlands
Yeah,
fan.
yeah.
Yeah. And he said, you know, it was like, he said there's people that are saying it's god awful, and then folks kind of saying it's mid, whatever the fuck mid means.
Mid
I think
just
it means-
means yeah, I guess just like whatever. Oh hey,
Yeah. And he said it's there. Well, that the Randy whatever in charge of like Gearbox and all that blocked him on Twitter.
oh
Yeah. Yeah, like he asked for reviews and said it was thanking everyone for their feedback
and then blocked it.
and blocked him. Yeah.
Ouch.
I seen it whenever I was looking for your tweet.
I
yeah.
am going to watch
Yeah.
the movie. I'm going to wait
I
until it
wanna
comes to
see it.
streaming, where I'm not going to pay a bunch of stupid money for it. I'm not going to the theaters.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Oh
do that.
no.
I just saw Deadpool in theaters, which I'm only bringing up because I do still go to the movies. I'm just not going to watch that one in the theaters.
Was it good?
It was so
I've
good.
heard. That's what
It
I've
was
heard.
like
Did you
listen.
get the popcorn bucket?
no, fuck no. It was like $45, brother.
But do you know the things you can do with that popcorn bucket?
It would probably be
it's
sitting.
a nice pop.
It would just be sitting right
Yeah.
there, and it would do nothing. You know what I mean?
Did you see? I've seen videos like of the people with the shirts said, "I came here to fuck the popcorn
Oh,
bucket,"
Jesus Christ.
and I was just like, "Oh man, I could see someone
Yeah.
doing that." You know, like
No,
there's
yeah,
probably
yeah, I
some
mean, yeah.
guy.
Listen, if you've watched the Deadpool movies, okay, this is
Mm-hmm.
the third one, right? I would say that it is as good as the second one.
Is it better than the second?
I think the first one's the best, and then the second
Mm-hmm.
and third ones are like equal.
Well, they say like with all the cameos in the third one.
It was a very much nostalgic feeling, and I feel like they've been cashing in on that nostalgia for long enough in other films that he was kind of making a joke with it.
He does.
But like he had
I mean,
he had to have those characters for the story because it's a
yeah.
it's
Well, like I don't want to like say spoilers because
Right.
like I've
Yes.
seen the stuff.
definitely
on the internet,
no
you know.
spoilers, but like they definitely
But, like-
rely on cameos to push the
Yeah.
plot forward.
Like one of the cameos, they say for one, like he got rejected for that role, like in one of the cameos.
I know what you're talking about, and
For-
yes,
Yeah, and like they say with him finally getting it, for one it was great.
I think
in
he did.
general, and
I
played
think he
it
did a
good.
really good job too. Yes, absolutely.
And they say it's kind of opened up the door where he could
I would.
possibly.
I was just gonna say yes.
I would watch it, yeah.
a solo, no
yeah,
problem.
yeah,
No
yeah.
problem. Steve said he would have sat for 2 more hours, and I kind of feel the same way. Like I felt like the jokes were funny enough, the plot was at least enough to keep the movie rolling, and they didn't.
I mean,
they
there's
didn't
dog
make fun
food.
of like just one particular thing. They made fun of everything, like everything.
Yeah.
There was nothing was off limits, and it wasn't.
I've
just,
seen like the Disney jokes,
Yes.
the jabs they make. It's like holy
Yes,
shit. Like-
those Fox jokes. There's Disney jokes.
Yeah.
he even
Yeah.
he even brings up the fact that like
Green Lantern, like, but
yes, definitely a good watch, and it's definitely a great comic book to film
yes,
translation, like easily.
they say going through all they touch really good on the comic book of Wolverine.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. There's a lot.
of those
There's a lot of really good stuff there.
yeah,
Also, yeah, the proposal.
yeah.
Listen. It is a nonstop great movie. However, I would say Deadpool, the first one, is still by
Deadpool
far
one is great.
by far
okay?
the best one.
Like whenever I was trying to find it bootlegged for Deadpool and Wolverine, and like I couldn't figure it out. Wasn't successful. Okay,
I would
so me
say-
and the old lady, we watched the first one,
Yeah. Okay.
and
Yeah.
I laughed the whole time. It was great.
First one's great. Yeah. First one's really
Yeah,
good.
I quit even looking. I was like, we're watching the first one.
Yeah, let's turn this one on.
Yeah.
All that to say, there's room for these companies to like take these IPs and push them forward. But I feel like when Sony bought Bungie, like a lot of
we
things
were on-
imploded.
We started on the layoff, and we
definitely started way off.
We're over here on movies.
Yeah, I think I am going to end up watching Deadpool 3 again, and I might then change my opinion as far as like where it rates on the scale. But like, second place tied with the second movie, I think is a pretty fair assessment. But having a chance to slow down and watch it again, like once it comes to streaming, I'm definitely going to watch it a couple more times for sure.
But on the Borderlands one, like, I mean, for one, there's folks like,
Some people liked it.
And there's a few folks like from the Destiny community that were in the movie, because they were in the Borderlands community too.
Right.
I mean, but yeah, people say because someone was like, why didn't they do like Borderlands 1? Like, why they expected it to be just like the games.
Yes. And that's a really good point because like what do you expect? Like, do you think, like, for instance, like fucking Last of Us, right? Like that is a start, middle, end story, and your experience as the player is kind of railroaded. So like you have to go do these things each time you play through The Last of Us. You can't like skip the giraffe, like that's a major part of that area. And like every time you play Borderlands, though, it's like it's an open world looter shooter.
Yeah, it's like there's so much going on in Borderlands.
Like what
and
is
yes,
the story?
there's like a story kind. Like it does kind of follow a story,
but it's not like you can't make
also,
a 2-hour movie out of that, right? Like,
Yeah.
like they have to have something that pushes a narrative. And I feel like that's where people are disconnecting with the Borderlands thing.
Yeah.
Rex
Like,
and
did you watch the Halo series?
no. I did not. Did you watch
Okay,
Halo
so
series?
like it's good. I like it
So
took me a minute.
do you like Halo though? Like, are you one of those kids who like grew up with Halo?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
like you,
Okay.
so you have extensive knowledge of the Halo universe,
Yes.
and you would say, do you feel like your knowledge is the average Halo player's kind of
I don't
commitment?
know.
Do you?
People probably know more than me.
Well,
I mean,
more, but there's people
like-
who also know less, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what
Like-
what I mean is like, do you feel like your opinion is the basic, average person's opinion, or do you have like a super fan kind of feeling there?
I don't have a super fan feeling because
Okay.
I mean I knew from the get go. Like whenever I first watched the first episode, like I was like, I was like, I don't go into those shows expecting just like the game, because why would you want it just like the game?
Right. Yeah. Why wouldn't you want it to be a different experience?
I mean, like like, hey, this is coming up. Like, but there are some things from like the show, it explained some things, better than the game, and
Sure.
then there was things in the show that was kind of like the game too. But I mean, it had its own experience, and
Right.
it was a good fucking
I-
series. I liked it.
I feel like people need to understand that, like, as a consumer of a product that's something like as personal as like a video game, your experience, even if it is like The Last of Us, where you're railroaded into like what choices to make, like you still have like the basic concept of, like, for instance, like the Fallout series is the bombs dropped and people are trying to survive. Like,
Yeah.
like from there, you don't have to have, oh, I'm hunting for my dad, or oh, I was shot in the head in the beginning. Like, you don't have to have the
Yeah.
same video game experience for it to be the same
And
video game.
I mean the series did great because I mean, like, it had the goal. I mean, and there was a dog meat. Okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't with you. Got him out of the, like, I mean, like, but he was there.
Yeah.
I mean, and you had the Brotherhood. I mean, you had all them folks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you had the general basis of,
Right. And there's
it's like
and
you lay
those-
out stuff to make a salad. Everyone don't make a salad the same way.
Exactly,
Like, you play
yeah.
the game differently.
And
So-
that's exactly how Borderlands is too, because Borderlands is like, people literally will just farm the same boss. They'll spawn
Mm-hmm.
in, shoot the guy until he drops a weapon. I don't want that weapon, and I'm gonna do it again. And it's like, how do you translate the experience of a collection-based game? Looter shooter
Mm-hmm.
is about collecting things. How do you turn that into, like, here's a blockbuster movie that's going to be the best movie ever created? You don't. You turn it
And
into
you go see the movie, and they're sitting there like, hey, I'm gonna kill this boss. I want this pistol.
Yeah, it's like,
Like, no.
like the movie has to have other elements that most movies would have. Like, you have to have a plot, you have to have a beginning, you have to have a middle, like you have to have a villain, you have to have all the things that make people interested in sitting down in a theater for more than 20 minutes.
Exactly.
And it's like, marketing for D3, yeah. Like, I feel like the marketing for this game has also been not this game. This movie has also been pretty good. I've been seeing what's her name? Kate Jamie Lee Curtis, Kate Winslet, fucking Kevin Hart. Like, I've been seeing those guys
Kevin
everywhere.
Hart, yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
seeing them like all dressed
Jack
up
Black
in,
is Claptrap.
Yes, and
Yeah.
he's been fucking. I went and saw, I think, Inside Out with my kids a couple weeks ago, and like they did a whole like preview
Commercial?
Yes,
Yeah.
and it was Jack
Preview,
Black.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Commercial, same difference. Yeah.
Blanchett. God, thank you. God,
Yeah.
I kept wanting to say Blatchett. Blarchett. I don't know. Kate Blanchett is Lilith, right? No.
Yeah.
No. She's the other one.
Yeah. Tina. Right?
No,
Is
no,
she Tina?
No. There's a
Then
shit. I don't know.
I guess I. Shit.
I'm just blanking on the name. It's my expectations are not going to be that it's going to follow the exact plot of any of the Borderlands movies. It's going to be the characters and the world, and then something's going to happen that's going to be specific to this movie, and that's what you should expect. unless
Yeah.
it's like a very, very linear story, much like if you were to say recreate The Last of Us. You have to have Ellie, you have to have Joel, you have to have those moments of Ellie and Joel that make you care enough to watch the next episode. But that's all in the game already, and it's like, in order to recreate that, you have to stay true to that as much as possible. But of course, they deviated in their version of it as well, but they were very much hand in hand with the producers of the actual game. And even, you know, anyone who's played that game or has played that game knows that it's like very narrative. It's a story game. You know, there's action, but like the story is what matters.
Yeah.
So like the translation there would be that the movie also should follow a lot of that story, as opposed to like Borderlands, where it's like you could be one of 15 heroes, and each of those heroes has a specific way to play, and then each of those play styles has specific bosses that you're better at or worse at, and it becomes less about, you know, the story and more about like getting better at killing people.
Yeah.
That's
see,
why
like,
those games are
kinda
popular.
like going back to the Halo thing, like, I mean, they did have it where, you know, I mean, they established, like, you know, Master Chief. And the first season, okay, they did say, like, someone did the second season, you know, someone else took over for second season.
Okay, all right.
And it was kind of better. But, because, I mean, they had Master Chief without his helmet on. They was kind of making it more you get to know the person type thing.
Right.
And which was all right. But, like, I mean, they set it out where it's, you know, Master Chief, and then you had Cortana and stuff like that. And then, you know, you had the Arbiter and shit like that. I mean, it was a good show, simple as that. It was like the fall of Reach, you know, that led up to it and everything.
Right,
But
yes.
it was Princess Leia she played. Kate Blanchett. Yeah, that's who she played in the movie.
It's Princess Leia. Perfect.
Yeah,
Let's read the chat here. I missed one thing here. It says, put that to Destiny, the movie. You can't deviate. Now, see, like, that would be something like if Destiny, the movie, didn't focus on our timeline at all, right? What if Destiny, the movie, was the first collapse?
Yeah.
Right? Like, then you wouldn't even have to worry about deviating from anything because what
Then
you're
people
doing
would
is...
bitch, be like, what's this?
Right, that might be like the easiest way to do it. But it's like, if you think about it, like, why would you want to recreate the story of your Guardian as the story that everybody watches when you know it's just going to be like diluted down into the most bland, like, not personal experience, which is kind of like what the point was, you know, for you, like, was to have that personal experience as opposed to like, well, this is what we, you know, as a team decided would be the Guardians, you know, real story. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like that would go over well. You
I don't
wouldn't
think
be
a
able to do
Destiny
that with
movie would be
Destiny.
I
no.
don't know, like,
Would you have to follow the story missions?
Can we take this moment to go to the bathroom?
Yes, break time.
I'm old. I'm like old.
But
now,
no, this
you know?
is perfect because Ludacris just
Okay.
mentioned that Bob Hoskins Mario movie, and I've got just a thing for him.
Is that like the one with Chris Pratt?
No, that's like the one with like John Leguizamo in the '90s.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I'm not that old. Okay, I'll be right back.
Go take a break. I'll take a break too. You guys take a break. Whew, he's not back yet, but I'm back now. He's got a pee bladder. I mean, yeah, maybe. Treat the game, treat like a game DLC. I think that's probably your best bet when you're thinking about like, you know, them making a video game movie or TV show. Like if you give them the freedom to say like, you don't have to follow every turn and plot point that we have, you know, this, that, or the other thing. If you make it to where it's like, this is something separate, you know, it's like the same but different. I think that makes more sense for, you know, even just giving the director and the writers like enough space to maneuver.
What are we talking about?
Video
Mario?
games, you know, like Steve said, just to watch Crota Mission, like you wouldn't want to go to the theater just to.
Turn that light back on. I didn't know how dark it actually got. Wow. Light makes kind of a difference.
Yeah, I can see your beautiful face.
Yeah.
Yeah, your antennas are really nice too. I meant to mention that earlier.
Hey, my niece made these.
Yeah, I like
And
those.
so I keep them on. Look, it was wild because with this job that I got back in May, like it's mainly remote. And so like everything's done like on Microsoft Teams and stuff. So he's in this like new hire orientation and we had to have our cameras on. I was like, oh God.
Yeah, like people are gonna know.
But it had the option to blur the camera.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you know, we're good. And then I got sitting there looking, I was like, oh shit, my antennas. And everyone had like little, like, you know, just phone earbuds.
Yeah.
And here I am with like my headset. And I'm like, oh shit, they're going to know.
They're gonna know. They see the RGB in the background. They're like, I know what you
Yeah.
do.
Man.
Uh,
Everyone's like using their built-in camera on their laptop.
yeah,
And
they've got like a really
the
bad
desktop
quality.
mic. Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
I think I've been having a blast. This has been fun.
It has been fun.
Yeah, I think we're doing good. There's we've been live about an hour. Oh, about an hour and a half now because we started a little early.
Yeah, I was going to say, we started earlier.
A little early. We did a little pre-show for those who were
Yeah.
waiting in chat.
It made me
for us.
realize that, like, you know, sitting here, it wears me out. Like, I got up and my knee popped. Like, I was like, goodness. I mean, I can sit and play games, but man, usually I kind of like take a break every now and then. I'm like, whew.
I feel you. I've gotten to where it's like I need those.
Retirement's rough.
I need those 3 minutes an hour to run those ads. So I
Yeah.
can get up and go stretch my legs. I feel like we nailed the, like, you know, important topics. We did want to have a little bit of talking about Twitch changing their sub prices.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they just kind of just came out of nowhere with that, but at the same time, it's like everybody's raising prices for like everything.
Yeah. Goodness.
Fat Man comes in the work meeting with great bass tones and proper lighting. Yeah, and everyone's like, "Oh, wow, this guy's a professional. Professional meeting."
Like, that's what, like, they was talking about at work. They was like, oh yeah, you know, whenever I clock in, because we have work phones that we can clock into, and I just don't like the back and forth of it.
Right.
And so I just have the website pulled up on the computer,
Just okay, yeah.
and I just clock in from there. There was like, and they was talking about it. I was like, yeah, I was like, I mainly like wake up, take the dog out, and I'll go to the computer room, and they're like, oh, you got a like little desk or something? I was like, yeah. Just go to the computer and clock in that morning. Like, I don't have a whole dedicated room.
Yeah, no, it's not a whole room for computer
Yeah.
stuff. It's just the corner next to my wife's. This is
Man.
my wife's stuff.
Yeah.
Just needed a beer.
Fucking nerd. Yeah.
Brother's calling you out, saying that you did need to pee. You just need to get up and get a beer.
I got a beer. But see, look, and this shows how old I am. I also got a green tea.
See,
And,
yeah, antioxidants, perfect,
yeah.
super smart. But yes, Peepops, they are changing the. I think it's like $5.99 for a sub in the U.S. now. I think it's starting September is when they're going to be like implementing the actual change for people who are doing like Twitch Prime subs and stuff. I don't think anything's changing, of course, because that's part of your like Prime package or whatever. But like I think anywhere else, also like other parts of the world, they've tried to make it to where the pricing is appropriate, I guess. You know, like for someone like Steve lives in Canada, and the Canadian government tax on a bunch of extra dollars for their stuff. And I don't know if it's
back to those French people, man.
those fucking French people.
Fucking French people.
But I think it's because of the difference in like people's currency. They've tried to make it to where it kind of evens out. Twitch can't be not shitty. Yeah, they're not going to lower prices. That's exactly it. Yeah. But I think it like they've tried to make it to where it's like everyone kind of pays the same amount, and then like recently, after they've done those big changes, they updated the mobile app, and then they're updating the actual sub prices.
Is the mobile app like better?
I have not seen much of a difference in performance on my end, but I don't really use the mobile app regularly.
I can honestly say I don't think I've booted up the Twitch mobile app
Quite some time.
in years.
Yeah, I don't know when I've last watched a stream on my phone. I think is really what it comes down to. You know, like
Yeah.
I've got the website up pretty regularly, and I've got a couple of my friends who stream kind of regularly. I've got their pages up, so if they ever go live, I'm already like automatically lurking. But like,
I mean, mainly what I did, back in the day was just talk to you while you delivered papers on that thing.
yeah,
That was always the best stream of the night.
I mean, it was one of my
Paper
favorite.
delivery.
One of my favorite ones was like, because I was out there doing it anyways. You know, like every fucking night. So having someone else there for me to yell at or to yell at me, like it was great. That is true, though. That is true.
But even just like our phone calls where it was you delivering papers.
Banning people who drive on stream, I believe it. I don't think what I was doing was legal back then either.
Probably not.
It was probably violating terms of service automatically, but it's also like at the same time I had an allowance from like the state that I live in to not have my seatbelt on because I was in residential neighborhoods, providing a service.
He was that guy. Don't let him lie. He didn't get out to drop your paper off. Okay, I watched him. Okay, it was.
Yeah,
it was.
Most
I didn't
times
think he looked. It was
out
just
the window. Yeah, absolutely. And I was doing 20, 25 miles per hour at the time too. Like I'm I was supposed to be really slow, but I was not. Definitely super yeet. Yes, 100%. It's one of those things like we did probably 400 papers a night, and if it was a Sunday, it was more like 600 papers a night. And
I'd be on the phone with him whenever he was rolling them up and everything.
Yeah, we had a little process going. It was it was worth it though, because at the time, like my wife was working during the day, and then the kids were at school, and then like I could either like work really hard and pay for a babysitter and never see my kids, or I could work when they're asleep and then be home when they're home and be able to like be part of their lives. So
and it
worked out.
That itself was kind of like the start of that was double trouble. I mean, because I was on thirds. I mean, we was already shooting the shit. That's right. Most of the fucking night. Like, if we could have streamed that, like, hey.
I think if we could have found a way, we would have.
Yeah, they'd see me riding around a factory, delivering parts, and you driving through neighborhoods.
Hell yeah, dude! Let me send this over to Fat Man. It looks like he's in the parts section today. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and we did kind of turn this whole like third shift thing into like, well, let's do a talk show then, and it kind of is like, us adapting our content creation to our hours, and then just kind of working out in a very strange but enjoyable way.
10 a.m.
Yeah,
Eastern Standard Time.
we used to do this
Be
and then
there.
go to bed.
Yeah. Because everyone would give me shit because I'd put whiskey in my coffee, and I was like, "Look, man, it's evening for me. Like,
it's nighttime right now.
yeah,
Oh,
this
shit.
was our night." Like,
Yeah, definitely. I don't personally subscribe to a lot of different people. I think I have 3 active
don't
subs,
either.
and it's like that
I
extra
use my
dollar.
Prime.
I use Prime for one, but that
Yeah, I use my Prime. That's about it.
yeah, like that extra dollar, I feel like not a huge deal for me, but I do know that there's people out there that can no longer afford to sub because it's a little bit too much. And I feel like with the number of ads that Twitch wants to push on their platform, like I don't know. They maybe could back that off a little bit. Either like put the sub prices back or like dial your ads back a little bit.
I think they should just dial the ads back a little bit, anyways. But
Realistically, that's not going to happen, you know?
no,
That's where the money happens. And this platform doesn't
Yeah.
actually make them money. They're not a profitable business.
yeah.
Crunchyroll, watch my anime that I do anybody besides 3 Every Humans. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's like
I understand. I have so many like TV subscriptions. Like,
I'm
yeah,
paying,
we don't have cable, and the wife, we always find a different show, and it's always on something different. We'll finish one show and go to a whole different streaming service and find another show.
That's right. I actually just canceled Netflix because I'm watching Disney Plus right now. So I just kind
I
of
have
like
the-
flip flop around, whichever one's more active than the other one. I'll just stop paying for the
I have
other
the
one.
Hulu and Disney bundle.
Yes.
So it's
We have the Hulu Disney bundle, but it comes through Verizon. So we have like a.
yeah. See, I had it till I swapped off Verizon,
Well, see, but that's
and
the
then
thing
I just
is,
bought it myself.
I ended up buying it anyways because Verizon won't let you get rid of ads. They won't let you buy the ads off. Like you can't upgrade
Yeah.
your package to the adless package. You have to watch ads. So I'm like, fuck you. I'm just gonna get another fucking service. So
Watching Hulu with ads is it's like watching Twitch with ads.
everything with ads
Like-
is god awful. Like,
Yeah,
that's why
like-
people left cable because number one, you couldn't pick what you wanted, and number two, it was literally like
Commercials.
riddled with commercials.
Yeah. I remember it was the Justified Primeval series. This is whenever I like stopped watching Hulu till I bought the ad-free version.
Yeah,
I was watching that. I don't know why it sticks with me on that show, but I was watching it. And in 35 minutes, I've made it through 10 minutes of the show, and the rest it seemed like was ads.
ads. Yeah,
And so I hit pause, watched it. What are you doing? I said, we're watching something different.
yeah, yeah. I actually recently like Amazon Prime Video started putting ads even if you're a Prime customer, and you have to pay
At the beginning, ain't it?
you have to pay $2.99 to get rid of them.
Hmm.
You like you
At the
can,
beginning?
well, so like there's pre-rolls for like their movies are in the beginning, but if you watch their TV show, like they'll break it up 3 times. There'll be
Huh.
like 3 different ad breaks. Unless you pay for the like the $2.99 or whatever it is to like pay for no ads, which is
I
insane
might-
to me.
I
like,
don't know if I do that because I don't like I hit like the beginning ads,
Yeah.
but other than that, I don't hit ads. So
Well, I think the whole point of it is like ads are stupid, and I literally for real literally have never purchased a product based on an ad that I watched on
it's
a
like
video.
I seen this in an ad whenever I was trying to watch TV. Let me go buy this.
Hold on, let me go find HelloFresh on the internet and go
Look.
buy that service because of this ad.
Look, I will say, like I was across the yard seeing Granny earlier, and she had a commercial going, and it was for like a fan you put in your light socket, and it was a light, but it was also a little fan. I was like, holy crap, I need one of those. And then she was like, where would you put it? And I sit there and really got to thinking. I was like,
You're right.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Never
no,
mind.
yeah.
Like it looked cool, but
Why are you so smart, Granny?
yeah.
Luda says that FIFA 25 is going to be the first game with ads in it.
Whoa.
What?
It's like it's gonna be like you're playing, and then next thing you know, ad break. Can you do like Twitch does? Can you like pre-roll 3 minutes to get an hour of gameplay?
I wish. I mean, like even so, it's like at what point are the consumers going to say that's enough?
Yeah.
You know, like the only way to get rid of that shit is to vote with your wallet, which means like fucking don't buy the game. But it's like, who's realistically not going to buy the game?
Exactly. I mean, people who, want to buy, like, the actual football game, not people close to France.
But still, if it's going to be a board, or if it's going to be actual like if it's like, say it's like on the like on the field ads like they have on the little fucking fence, versus like,
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. The whole gameplay quits. Yeah.
Like obviously, like the whole page pop-up thing, I would not play the game, period. Like I would have to say no way. My boycott of that would be unfelt by anybody, but I would definitely.
I would find the refund button on Steam. Like, hey.
Yeah. So you're saying on the boards is already there? See, and like, are they like
sideboards and stuff
to like current ads though, or are they just like Nike or Reebok or like a brand location, or is it like an actual like, sign up for HelloFresh using this code and you can get so many things off?
Yeah, no.
Witch and Kick and other things. Huh.
Hey, that's something.
Twitch. Oh, it has
so
Twitch.
Like
gotcha.
Is
locations.
Like, ain't that like a new streaming service?
What?
Kick
is, yes, a new streaming service.
Is it new?
It's for gamblers.
Like,
and
degenerates.
Wait,
what?
Wait, no, it's owned by gamblers and degenerates. Sorry.
Oh,
owned by gamblers and degenerates.
I've never like.
As opposed to
I think I've seen it. Like, I think I've seen someone say something, but like, I had to ask.
So Luda is saying that they've already got locations for brands in the game, which I thought was part of it because it's supposed to be realistic, but he's saying that it's possible they're going to have the whole page pop up like HelloFresh style, like while your game loads. Ouchie.
Yeah, no. Guess who's not playing soccer? Me.
You can't call it soccer.
Soccer.
It's not soccer. Okay. You know what? Foosball. Sports ball is what it is.
Yeah.
Sports ball.
Yeah.
People are playing sports ball and they're getting ads.
The Dalmatian looking ball.
It's spotted. Guys, we did a good show today.
So what's been going on? Like, you had this as a topic too, but like, personal lives. Like, what's been going on with you?
I sell weed now.
I mean, you said, oh, do you?
Yeah.
I think I knew that actually.
Yeah.
I think you told me that.
Because
you were at Jimmy John's.
Yeah, that was
and
my
then
last
you
thing.
went. Yeah.
Yep. Jimmy John's was like a real eye opener kind of experience. I learned that I hate Jimmy John's.
Oh, wow. I had Jimmy John's for lunch the other day.
Listen, I love the sandwich. I just hate the way Jimmy John's runs their business. It's like an absolute problem. At least for me. Listen, some people, they do great in those really structured corporate places where, like, there's a fucking ladder and you climb the fucking ladder and, like, you get, whatever. Like, I'm just not into that. I went and got a job that's, like, about as, like, non-committal as possible. And what I do is I work a cash register, and then people tell me what kind of weed they want, and then I go get it, and then they pay for it, and then they leave. And yes, it's completely legal. With Florida's a medical state. You have to like qualify with the state and sign up and get a license, and there's a whole process to it. But it's completely legal, and like the company that I work for is in like 8 or 9 other states across the country. So it's just we're just another like cog in the wheel. We're just another part of the fucking market, and like really like it's been really great for me because it's super low stress, super low anxiety.
Yeah.
There's no real problems in the workplace.
There was a bunch of potheads.
I mean, yeah, and it's like, really, like it's,
and it's medical, like
right, and like we have actual like, like medical patients who come in with actual medical problems, and I met a lot of people that are like very much being helped. They have true relief, and I feel like, I would feel just as good as.
I think there's rumor like that Kentucky. I want to say Kentucky is close to
everywhere around you.
Being, yeah. Yeah. Trust me, I can go to Illinois right now and buy it recreational.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
know
an
people who
hour
do.
and a half drive for
Yeah.
me. Like,
Yeah.
but
I mean, it
I
like
want to say Kentucky's going medicinal.
should be soon, and I believe our country is going to be decriminalizing, declassifying weed as like a Schedule 1 drug. So like things are going to get better across the board. But like as far as like, you know, personal lives, like that was a huge change, you know, taking away the immense amount of stress that I got from working at Jimmy John's, and now it's like I enjoy what I do. I wake up happy to get ready to go to work, and you know, like I actually have fun with my coworkers, and it's in an environment where I don't feel like it's taking anything from me. So, you know, now that's like a big part of my life, I have a lot more freedom to do things like this, where I can stream more often and play more games, and you know, spend more time like with my friends. And it's not like for a long time there, like I fucking hated that job, and it bled into everything else.
See, like with this job I'm at now, like I have, it's mainly remote. Like, I usually work by myself. Right now, though, it's like a kind of like a 3-month project for this company that we have to go and like inspect and repair their 900 something semi trailers and stuff. And so I think there's a total of 6 of us, and a good 2 or 3 I've kind of, we usually work pretty close and we get along great, and there's this one guy, okay? It's always the one guy.
There's one guy
yeah,
everywhere.
Okay. Yeah.
You're
and
lucky
like,
if it's just one guy.
Okay. He's like 40, 50 years old, and the first 2 weeks, he went behind every trailer I did and looked for stuff I missed. And instead of, being a decent human and saying, hey, you missed this, no, he went to the boss.
Ooh.
And so I don't like that guy.
Yep.
I've made it known I don't like him. I've talked to my
That's a reason
boss.
not to like that guy, though. So
Yeah, I've made it
valid.
like my boss even said. He told me 2 days ago. He's like, look, he's like 90% of the people there
Don't like that guy.
Don't like him, and the supervisor, he's like real buddy with that guy, which is stupid. But he causes so many issues, and the supervisor was like, oh yeah, there's seems to be a lot of childish bullshit going on, and he's like, we're gonna have to start moving people if we don't quit. I'm like, why would you move people? Just move the one person.
Yeah, move the guy.
Yeah. But he's like fast tracking them to management and shit like that. I'm like, I don't want to be any under him for management. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's like listen, if you can figure out the main stressors in your life, and then like a way to either mitigate that or like reduce that or like get rid of it completely, like
I avoid the guy.
Like listen, I'm started off like when I moved jobs, like I took a pretty hefty pay cut. But I've been promoted like since then, and things are like definitely much better now, and like it was very much worth it to make less money but have way less stress, especially in the beginning. Because like I was to a point where it's like if I had to deal with any more corporate bullshit, I may have gone ballistic.
Yeah. Like that's how it was before this job. Like the county, I wasn't even the boss, but like everyone went to me, and it was like I was like, I don't want this responsibility. Like, you hire a boss or go to the boss that they done hired. Don't come to me. Okay, they don't pay me for these troubles. I just want to come to work, do my job, leave.
Don't put all this extra shit on me. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Luda says that's where he is. David's doing the same thing. Fucking factory work. He made it 6 months and couldn't do more. Yeah, I mean. People, especially like if it's like a lower entry position, like people will take advantage of that. And then once you do get to a place where they know you work hard, they'll just dump everything extra on you. You know what I mean? It's like a horrible kind of dichotomy. You get good enough to where they need you, and then all of a sudden you're in charge of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of got to balance that too, I guess. I know for me, it's like I'm not a manager. I'm not like the manager, but I'm like a team lead, which means like I can do a lot of the stuff that I, would feel like is manager stuff, but like I don't necessarily have to be the only one doing it. There's lots of other.
Look, I'm at the bottom of the
opportunities.
totem pole,
Yeah.
and I'm perfectly okay there. Like,
I mean, that's where I started though. Like
Yeah.
I started just being a
Yeah.
regular bud tender guy who just all I did was work a cash register, and that was fine for me. Like I didn't. I
yeah,
didn't
the
need
boss would
money.
call me and be like, "Hey, what's all going on? Like, what do we need?" Shit, I don't know. Like, I go do my job.
Yeah, man, I'm good.
And I
Ask
leave.
somebody. Yeah, ask somebody.
I'm
who
the
needs
first
help.
one there and the first one gone. Like, I get there so before
I will
anyone's there.
leave at 5 p.m. no matter what.
Yeah. Oh no, I leave at like 1. Okay,
right,
I
yeah.
get there. I leave for the house around 5, and I leave at 1. Okay, like, and people like one of the texts will message me at like 3. Hey, are you still at the yard? Like, no, I'm
I'm gone.
in my
Yeah.
lounge shorts.
I am home.
drinking a beer. Like, no.
Yeah, I have left the building a long time ago.
Yeah. It's like I had an issue. I was like, well, I'll look at you. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, and like that's a good place to be though. Like
Yeah.
there are some people who they'll make their job like their whole personality, and I've never been that kind of person. Like
And some folks want that responsibility.
yeah,
I don't
totally.
know why.
Yeah, this, because
Like,
that's
I would be bald. I'd be like my uncle. Okay, my uncle is bald. Okay,
because of all the
or
responsibility.
kind of bald. He don't have really any hair. Okay.
Yeah, like work a change a person.
Yeah.
Change a person for the good sometimes and for the bad sometimes, and it's like
exactly.
I'm just really happy that in my personal life, I've been able to find more time to, like, especially now that my kids are grown. Like, I've got an 18-year-old, she's like out and living her life, and I got a 16-year-old who's spends like most of his time at his mom's house because that's where he's going to school, is over in her school district. So it's like I have a lot of free time, and a lot of it is like late at night, like after I get off work at 9. So it's not like I have other things that I could be doing. It's like, why not play games? Why not stream? Yeah. Why not, turn on the fucking Twitch and say hey to the bros and
It's like how we were, I guess, whenever we started. I mean, because we was already playing games. That's why we was like,
yeah.
Why not hit the button?
Yeah,
that's what we always kind of said. Like, hey, you're already doing this. Go
like,
live.
Especially now, because it's like there's literally like the only like, and you can ask anybody who's been around for like the last couple of months, like every time it's been brought up, it's like, don't fucking give me your money, like keep your money, like if you're gonna sub, please only because you don't want to see ads. That's the only reason why I can think of anyone would want to sub. If you're gonna sub, just do it because of the ads, and that's it. Like
He's
best
using
thing,
that reverse psychology.
the only thing that I want from you guys is your time. I want you to spend time with me and hang out with me, and like I'm not kidding. I will die on this hill. Like, I don't want more than like 20 or 30 viewers at a time ever. If it gets to where it's more than that, I might quit. I might stop doing this because I can't keep up with that many friends, and I don't want it to be streamer viewer. I want it to be like homeboy and his friends, and like anything beyond that is too much work. I don't want to make a bunch of videos. I don't want to manage a huge community. I don't want to have a mod team. I don't want to deal with like banning and like all the like ridiculously overblown extra stuff.
Find an editor for your YouTube videos.
God, are you kidding? Are you kidding me, bro? Like I want to play video games, and then that's it.
Yeah, I was watching someone earlier, and they was like, "Yeah, I'm still looking for a new YouTube editor." I'm like, I do not want to stress with that. Like,
no, why would I want to edit your YouTube videos?
Yeah,
I want to watch them. Tell me when they're done. I'll watch them. Shit, I don't want to edit. I don't want to edit my YouTube videos.
So whenever we did these Double Trouble ones, it was just like,
I'm just uploading the stream.
Cut, copy, cut, paste.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like it is less about money. It is less about trying to sell people stuff. I'm not going to be a guy who says, here's a product that I fucking support and here's my link where you can get yours too, and here's the discount. Like, I don't want to do that to people. I don't want it to be a place where you feel like I'm pushing things. It should be about show up, shoot the shit, as long as you can handle being here, hang out as much as you want, and then have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Like it should be friendship based before it's monetary anything. And if you do bring money into it, please just pay to get rid of the ads. I don't want your money. I'm okay. I have a full-time job and I do okay because I've kept that stress low, and I don't want to bring that stress here by trying to turn this into a job.
Yeah.
No thanks.
And see, that's like, that itself kind of shows, because I mean, I remember, 6 years ago, I mean, we, kind of looked at this as a job.
Yeah.
And I think, like, for me, I know, I mean, because I quit. Like, I got so burnt out on just going live. Because I was like, I can't just sit here and play games. I got to, like,
Put a
talk.
show
And,
yeah.
I got to put on a show, be entertaining.
Um,
See you, Luda.
Good night, Luda. I
All
appreciate
right.
you, buddy.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, man. We'll let you know when the next one's going to happen. We're thinking once a month. Hopefully we can stick to that.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But
We'll
yes,
try.
yes, like that's exactly how it is, man. It's like if you try to make this a job and then you don't make money, then you're a failure,
Yeah.
right? And then it's like, what's the point?
Like
You get
this,
discouraged.
like what we've been doing is a whole lot easier to do than just like how it was, like, hey, I'm going live. Hey, I got to entertain you. I can't just.
Yeah. Let me sell you my
Play
subs.
yeah.
Here's my
Yeah.
cool emotes. I put
Yeah.
t-shirts up. I got coffee mugs. Like the whole 9 yards.
I had coffee mugs.
Follow
I think
me
I still have a
at every
store.
place in
Like,
the
come on now.
world. Yeah, I mean, like I still it's still up there. Like I'm not taking things down. If people want to buy a shirt
Yeah.
because they like a shirt, fucking enjoy the shirt. But if you go to my store, you'll see that I've priced everything to where I don't make money. You just get a shirt. It's not about me.
I didn't. I want your money.
You can give
I mean,
all your money to like Fats will take it. He will
Yeah.
buy more
Yeah.
posters.
Do you
that say
have a
Saturdays
Prime
with the
sub?
boys.
Do you have a Prime sub? Okay, I have a channel.
Yeah, go ahead and sub to your fat man. He hasn't streamed in 6 years, but definitely still
Pretty
got his
much,
subs
yeah.
active. But yeah, it's like I would much rather feel like we're having this interaction and we're having this fun show and doing this because it's fun, as opposed to like, well, I'm just trying to get more subs. I'm trying to get more followers. I'm trying to get more money so I can buy another desk or like whatever. Like, I don't.
That's not why we brought this back either. Like, we did it because
I miss hanging out.
I
with
kind of missed the banter. Yeah, I missed the banter.
Yeah,
The banter.
It's and plus it's like we always had fun when we did this. So
Yeah, we did.
I-
Because it was like 2 hours of talking before, and then a good hour or so talking after, because we were both going to bed.
Yep.
And
it was.
I mean, during the week, it was just the back and forth too.
Yeah, and like it was a cool place to check in too, because like there was always like a very small but loyal group of people who was at every show,
like a viewer base,
and
like,
they were like the real lifeblood. They would answer questions and ask us questions, and it was more of a
they always
discussion
had
show.
good questions too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes, people don't really understand, but it's like a lot of the energy that we feed on comes from you guys in chat, and like even if you're not talking, just reacting with the emotes and like all that stuff that's part of the show.
Like my uncle there trying to get me to like say something about him. I done called him bald.
Let's see. Your Junkle A is the worst piercer in the world. He can't pierce people?
Yeah. I guess not.
He's terrible at piercing. Junkle A. Sorry, man. My Junkle pierces great. It is always fun hanging out with you. Man. We should definitely.
I do have a question. Like,
oh yeah.
So, do you still use your mixer?
Yeah.
Do you just have like a regular mixer still, or did you go with the XL, the Go LXR, and all that? Oh, just your standard old one.
Yeah, still
well,
have
like, cause I have. Only reason I was asking, because I was looking at it, is because I have like the Elgato Wave mic.
Oh yeah.
And I use the Wavelink program for my mic. But I was looking at the Wave XLR little box they have that you can get, because I have an XLR. Yeah, that mic still.
Uh-huh.
And I was thinking about getting one just to use it, but I didn't know.
I haven't.
My opinions are still up in the air, I guess.
I haven't
Like,
changed.
I don't know.
From the same
Yeah.
XLR setup that I had like 5 years ago, because it's
Yeah, because it's the
quite
same mic
literally-
you had before, right?
yeah, like I've
We had the same one. Yeah.
this one is
Let me see if I can find mine.
this one's different though. I think I got this one recently.
it?
Not like recently. I guess it's been like 3 or 4 years.
Oh,
but
never mind. I thought Casey had my other good one, but never mind. It's the AT 2020. That's what he had. Who has my other mic?
let me see.
I guess my other brother. That's like the one I had. Could have swore.
I mean, yeah, it's like a,
But yeah, I got the AT 2020.
yeah, this is the MXL, I think.
Yeah, yeah. That's like what I had.
Yeah,
I guess my other brother has it. Yep.
your other brother.
Man, I'm gonna see if I can swap out this AT 2020 for that other.
I mean, like I've got a separate mic that I was using for a while. That's like a side address mic. You know, the one that's like it sits up like this, and you kind of talk to it like
Yeah.
that.
Well, that's how, like, this one, you can, like, I always used it as a side address.
Mhm.
But you can, I guess, use it as a front address.
Yeah, it'll
but
work
I
as a
think it's the
diaphragm mic
side-
too. This one
Yeah.
is only for like top address, and it's like
Yeah.
it's like you're supposed to talk to it like this. If you
Yeah.
get to where you like talk to the side, you don't really get the same presence.
What? I can't hear you.
Yeah, you gotta talk to this part. But it's like I've used the same setup. I think for not the only thing that I've actually added was just a second PC,
I got you.
and it's like really the only reason I added the second PC is because the first one I was trying to make it like as easy as possible to maintain by just only ever running only just games on it. And it's been working out so far. I've had it for like 3 years and never had an issue with it, and I'm very happy with Power GPU, which is where I got both my machines from, because they were
Oh, you ordered from him?
literally plug and play. Both of them, I had never experienced a single problem. Turned it on, plugged it in,
'Cause
everything's great.
when did you get those? I feel like we talked about it, didn't we?
So the oldest one, the first one I got was in 2021, I think,
Oh,
and then I got another one last
someone
year.
else I talked to got one from him, I thought.
Can just got one, and he got one for his son. And the one that
Uh-huh.
he got for his son, he's only had it for like 3 weeks now. But he said it's been working absolutely great. No issues whatsoever. The problem that I've heard mostly from those guys is that if you get a used one, you don't
Oh,
get.
he sells used ones?
Well, that's what I think the issue was, is that someone said they got a used one, and that it was supposed to be a brand new machine, but it was used or something. So I'm not sure if it was a misunderstanding, or maybe the guy who did the testing, because I know that they set your shit up and they install games and they play games on your shit before
Yeah,
they send it out.
they stress test
Yes.
it before.
Yes. So I don't know.
Yeah, I
if-
remember because he was doing that before.
Yes.
And I've last time I got on Twitter,
That's the only
Like, I've
issue that
seen
I've
he's
ever
still
heard.
doing it, yeah.
Someone said that they were sent a not a new machine, but I don't know if that was resolved as in like that's a lie, or you don't understand, like we had to turn it on to test it, or what. I don't know exactly, but that's the only time I've ever heard anyone complain about their products. So I've
I got you.
personally not had a single issue.
I always would just order the parts and have my computer guy here do it.
Yeah.
And I just had like my power. I just upgraded my power supply because I was having issues, and I'm hoping, like, it seems like it's fixed it, but like who fully knows?
Yeah, I mean
Yet.
it could be anything, right? Like
Yeah.
it could be the
Yeah,
power
I mean,
supply
like-
and something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, well,
Computers
whenever
are
we was
fucked.
looking at it, the wires were all twisted and everything. Like, there was probably was issues, but it could have been my graphics drivers that hadn't been updated in 6 months. Like, I was having crashes, but I also had, like, my mouse would quit working, and now it still does it sometimes, but not as bad. And I think it's my mouse because a few buttons, because I have like the 12-button mouse,
Yeah.
and they hardly work.
I mean, I've
played
got
way
this-
too much WoW with
It's
them
like
bad
a,
boys.
It's like a 5-button one.
Oh yeah, I got the Steel Series.
This
that
is the
has 12 on the
the
side.
G52, G502 Hero.
Mm.
I got it used from Metal Mike, and I think I paid like $25 for it. But it's like the weighted one. It feels really nice.
Yeah.
I've never had a better mouse in my life, but I've also never really.
Hashtag ad.
But before that, I've got the Razer Death Adder. That one.
Yeah,
that
I've-
one, like the entry level one or whatever.
I've got that.
Loved it.
I had the Destiny one.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a good mouse, but this one
Yeah,
right here,
I've
like,
got way too many. Like I've got probably 3 mouses over there because I'm real picky whenever it comes to mouses. Like I want my 12 buttons because my MMOs that I do play,
yeah.
and like even in Arc, like I use it for my little task bar or my little bar at the bottom.
I mean, I've got like
And
I've been playing like only mouse and keyboard for like the last yearish or so. Like every now and again, I'll hook my controller up if it's an easy game like Starfield or something. But
yeah,
like I've been trying to learn mouse and keyboard like a lot. Like, do you feel like those little 12-button things are worth having?
I love mine. I do.
Do you use like all the
it's-
features, or you use like one
I-
feature more than anything else?
I use all 12 buttons all the time.
You, like, map it out?
Yeah,
Did you-
I have it.
Did you have to like download
I mean,
a
it's-
template for that, or does it map itself, or
No, it's 1 through 12. I mean, like,
the same way it
So-
would be like the F keys on a regular keyboard, or is it like the number keys
No.
on a regular keyboard?
the number keys.
Show me.
So, like, if you have it set up, like, you can set your keybinds, to 1 through 12. If
Yeah.
or 1 through,
It's like 9 to 0.
yeah, to plus sign,
Plus
those.
sign. Got it.
Yeah, plus sign. But a lot of the games I do play, like, I mean, it has the option for 1 through 10 at least. So I use those a lot.
Is that
And
that?
if I,
Is that
I'll
that,
use like
like
11 and 12.
that left hand thing that you used to have? It was like half a keyboard.
No. I wish I knew where that went. I want one.
Because
But no,
like,
I mean-
I remember you had like the like it was
Yeah,
like,
I had like it was just a
I forget what it's called, but it was like a whole thing.
It was a Logitech, and see, look, mouse quit working.
Uh-oh. Fucked it up.
Oh, there it is. I had to order it. How simple as that. Hold up.
There's a lot of
Sounds like the wife and baby's home.
yeah, I was just gonna say there's a lot of good topics we can jump into in the future.
Yeah,
Tech is definitely another one that I feel like we could probably
Yeah.
talk about like once a fucking week if we if we had the time.
we probably could. I just
Tech is great.
I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was going to ask you before we went live, and then I forgot.
Buoyancy wants to know about your
It's-
carpet steamer in the
it's,
back. It's a shampooer,
It's
right?
a Hoover
Hoover.
Power Dash Pet. Yeah, shampooer.
It really gets the carpets clean. Let me
Yeah,
tell you.
really does good.
Super
We don't
clean
have much
carpets.
use for it besides like this room because that's only one with carpet now. But
Steve said it's a guitar. It does look a little bit like the guitar.
like,
Hero
I mean, I
guitar.
got a nice lawn chair there too. I mean, but
On top of that's your key, your
Yeah.
keyblade thing, right?
yeah, my keyblade's still on the wall.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's been great. We're gonna do this again for sure, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah. We're gonna.
Sorry.
We're,
She was asking about chicken noodle soup and grilled cheeses for dinner.
Fuck
Sounded
yeah.
pretty good.
God, send some my
Yeah.
way. Shit. God, now I'm hungry. Guys, we are gonna be back in September. We'll give you a date. Keep an eye on the Discord or the Twitter or the X or whatever the Twitter.
Look at the alphabet.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's X, Y, and Z. Just ask us. We will let you know when the next show is. I feel like it was a very fun time. I enjoyed hanging out with you, talking shit.
yeah.
So, you guys are invited to talk shit with us next time, and we will see you.
I want to see what this one sound does. Hold on.
Beautiful people. Oh, we got a sound here.
Blame Canada. Oh God.
Yeah, yeah. Blame the images on TV. No, blame Canada. Yeah, definitely blame Canada.
Yeah.
Until next time,
Pretty
guys, don't forget to blame Canada. Steve said sorry, so I guess we have to forgive him this time.
Do we really though?
Yeah, this time.
Okay.
Good night, guys.
See y'all.